What is time? Time is the cruelest of man's conceptions. It slowly and unrelentingly puts a countdown to all of our lives. Time mandates that there is only so much to do, only so many games one can play. Time forces one to make decisions on which games can receive our attention and which we must sadly ignore. You can't fault a man for passing on a good game that many herald to be one of the best ever made. Sometimes good things just get skipped over, but not that I'm talking about me, because I've played every good game that there is. I haven't. Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, I've never played Banjo Kazooie before, okay? I've never done it. Get off my back, Dad.
Oh, Rare, the little company that could, and then really fucking couldn't. Rare is known for a lot of games, but the one most people would say is the shining beacon of light atop the Rare pyramid of greatness is Banjo Kazooie.
I mean, how could you not love the Bear and Bird? They're like gaming's dynamic duo.
Now, while Banjo Kazooie can be criticized for being a collection fest, it's a collection fest at its finest due to the powerful performances of its primary parts. You've got a memorable villain, beyond perfect sounds and music, and you travel awesome landscapes like swamps, deserts, mountains, and pirate coves. Throw that all together with a cast of memorable characters, and you got yourself the recipe for a palatable game that will warm anyone's heart for years and years. That's a delicious game.
Now you might be saying, Leonard, what are you playing Banjo Kazooie? Didn't you just play Super Mario 64? Aren't those pretty much the same game? What is this, a goof? You're spoofing a goof?
It's not unfair to say that comparing Super Mario 64 to Banjo Kazooie is a lot like comparing apples with other apples. Mario and Banjo could switch games so they'd play exactly the same.
Actually, could somebody make that a thing?
At face value, the games seem incredibly similar. Both involve rescuing a female character. Both have you collect a special item, which unlocks new worlds, both related to painting. Both have you collect a massive other items alongside the main thingy, and most importantly, both characters' names end in O.
Didn't think of that one, did you? I got observation skills so tight, I'm a regular Law and Order.
But although they seem very similar, the games are very different fundamentally. In fact, out of the 5 tips I gave at the end of my Super Mario 64 video, only one of those actually applies to Banjo Kazooie.
But enough about Mario, that dude already got his own video. It's time to get to the main attraction, and just because I've never really played a game before doesn't mean I can't give any tips on it, so let's both learn how to play Banjo Kazooie.
Our game opens with the evil Gruntilda talking to her magic cauldron, asking it who the prettiest one of all is. Very original. By the way, I want to mention that Gruntilda speaks only in rhymes throughout the entire game, which should be annoying, but it's somehow endearing. Anyway, DJ Narcissism learns that there is one prettier than she, so Gruntilda aims to kidnap her and steal her youth. This person just happens to be Tootie, our character's sister, who is playing outside Banjo's house when Gruntilda begins to attack.
Interesting to note, the characters seem kind of surprised to see a witch, considering that they live next to Witch fucking Mountain. I mean, look at this thing. It looks like a goddamn Disneyland ride.
Banjo and Kazooie arrive on the scene, and our mole friend here, Bottles, tells us what's happened, how we can save Tootie, and if we want him to teach us some of the basic moves.
Wait a minute, teach me some moves? You know who I am? I'm the one who teaches the moves around here. What do I look like? Some kind of noob? Some sort of cod blops noob? Oh yeah, I've never played this game before. It's probably a good idea.
Once we learn all our attacks from Mr. Mole-Augie, you like that? We get going into Grunty's lair. One of the first things we'll come across is the painting to the first world. Man, whoever was working on this puzzle was this close. And so it began, the epic quest of finding the elusive missing puzzle piece. What dangers would befall our heroes on their journey? Oh, there it is. These little guys are called Jiggies. Essentially, you'll collect them to unlock new worlds, which you'll use to get more Jiggies, which you'll use to unlock more worlds, which you'll use to get more Jiggies, which you'll use to unlock more worlds, which you'll use to get more Jiggies, which you'll use to unlock more... Anyway, now that we've solved the puzzle, we can get into our first world and get to our main goal. Collecting stuff. Top priority of things to collect is new abilities.
These new abilities are essential, okay? You need these things like fish need water, like bees need to make honey, like insurance companies need to feed on the souls of the innocent.
Point is, not only are abilities going to set you up for Jiggies in the level you get said ability, but they're practically required for future levels. You don't get these new abilities, you ain't going nowhere. Once you get all those under your belt, you can start to find other things. Find music notes to help you progress in the game, find Mumbo tokens to transform you to get more Jiggies, find Cheeto to... Actually, don't worry about Cheeto. Basically, if you see it, pick it up, and if you follow this rule, you'll always be well stocked. You know resource management? Fuck it! This game's got more feathers than an Indian chief convention. I got a lot of feathers. Now, with all this stuff to collect, you'd think maps would be either huge or extremely cluttered, but you'd be wrong. Dead wrong. This game uses space so well. Worlds are appropriately expansive, and no space is wasted. Every pixel has a purpose. Except these pixels, oh! Seriously though, levels are so concise that everything is a thing. If it looks like it means something, spoiler alert, it fucking does. Levels in this game are like taking a metal detector to a scrap yard. Doesn't matter where you look, you're gonna find something. There may be a lot to do in a level, but do it all in one go. Why? Two reasons. Reason one, to put Mario back in the picture for a second. In Super Mario 64, to fight Bowser at the end of the game, you need 70 out of the 120 stars, or about 60%. In Banjo Kazooie, to fight Gruntilda, you need a whopping 94 out of 100 Jiggies, which is 94%. Why 94? That's such a weird number. Reason 2, backtracking is a bitch. So do it all in one trip and you'll save yourself a lot of, hey, have I been here yet? I don't know. Take levels in this game like you're a tourist on vacation. See all the sights, talk to all the people, buy a fucking souvenir for grandma, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, don't backtrack, do everything. Extreme emphasis on the do everything. And remember that 10 of the game's Jiggies are scattered in the overworld, so it's important to keep those in mind also. Everyone you get outside a level is one less you gotta pick up in that fucking engine room, and one last time you have to scale that damn And speaking of the overworld, while you're wandering around out there, keep an eye out for this colorful character, Grunty's sister, Brentilda. Being Grunty's sister, she knows everything about the evil witch and she'll be happy to tell you all about her. And for fuck's sake, listen, because these are things that you're going to need to know about. Grunty's favorite sport? You need to know. Her favorite color? You need to know. Her bank account number? You need to know. Because that bitch has to be loaded to have a lair like this. Everything Brentilda has to say to you is important for the same reason that it's important to hit up everything in a level. And this is why. The Furnace of Hell. Oh, I mean fun. Furnace fun. I don't know how I got those mixed up. This is Grunty's personal game show, in which you'll either have to fight a boss battle, answer questions about a location, or a sound effect, blah 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 blah. You see why I told you to do everything the first time around? Not such a noob after all, am I, Bottles? You lose 1 health for every question that you get wrong. So think like that Jeopardy robot kicked everybody's ass and beat Gruntilda at her own damn game. When you get to the end, the cowardly Gruntilda beats a quick retreat and escapes. And now that we've won the game, we get to pick a prize! Yeah, I'm gonna go with the doll. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older than we... Alright, I'll take my sister. Someday, my love. So, the day's been saved, everything is back to how it was before, and it's time to chill. That is till little Miss Buzzkill comes and tells you, hey, maybe you should go after Gruntilda. God, now I really wish I'd picked that doll. So, put in your last couple puzzle pieces, jump into the happy cauldron, and move on up to the final fight. Now to beat Gruntilda, you're gonna have to use all your special powers you've learned across this game. You have to use the eggs, you gotta use the beak bomb, you gotta use more eggs, then you gotta use more egg. Alright, you don't have to use all your powers, but it is a tough fight that keeps you on your toes. But with some diligence, you can summon this fucking thing for whatever reason, and send Gruntilda falling to a cartoony death.
Oh, she's dead.
And that's Banjo Kazooie in a nutshell. Here's this information bomb of a video and just 5 quick tips. Number 1, the first thing that you want is new abilities. Getting those things makes the current level and all subsequent levels a lot easier. Number 2, grab every damn thing you can come across in this game because it's all helpful. If it's shiny and moves, pick it up. Number 3, bother to explore all inches of a level the first time that you play it. Not only will you progress through the game faster, but you'll be set up for that furnace of fun. Number 4, keep an eye open for the overworld Jiggies, because some Jiggies and levels are fucks. And number 5, Brentilda is practically necessary to beat the furnace fun in an efficient manner. If you see her, listen and remember to what she has to say. Got it? Time. How strange time is. It may be the counter to an ever-present doom, but time is gracious. Time is not something to be counting down, but it's something to be celebrated for the quantity it allows. We can attempt to correct our mistakes. We can revisit those games that we missed the first time around. Revel in your bountiful number of games, because there's plenty of time to enjoy them.
Wasn't that a great video, you guys? I know I enjoyed it. Didn't you enjoy it too? Hey, if you really enjoyed it, why don't you give it one of those like, thumbs up things? Which is it, like or thumbs up? I don't really know. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, why don't you click this fancy little subscribe button that's right here, and you'll get to see so many more things just like this, and they're just as funny. Disclaimer, they might not be just as funny. And if there's a game that you'd like to know how to play, why don't you put it in the comments below, and maybe I'll put a video out on it. In fact, the next video is actually a suggestion from a comment in a previous video. Ooh, suspense, which one is it? Well, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys all next time.